And welcome to News from the Host. I'm here today with Terry Gillick, President of Primary Integration. Welcome, Terry.
Garry, great to be here.
Yeah, you're looking great.
I'm enjoying my third anniversary as a member of the Host in Ireland family, and wonderful.
It's great to see you.
Ireland is always hospitable as usual.
Yeah.
Looking forward to a wonderful 18.
Yeah, you had some news before Christmas. You went through some changes in the organization.
Primary Integration was acquired by Bureau Veritas November 1st of last year, and so we've joined BV as a subsidiary corporation, and we continue to move forward as Primary Integration Solutions, but this has given us a presence now in 140 countries, and now I'm one of 73,000 employees.
My goodness. So does that validate, in one respect, the data center commissioning industry? Does that show that it's getting to a level of maturity when a company of that ilk decides to add it to its portfolio? Because they're obviously huge in the petrochemical industry, the other more long legacy industries, I guess.
Yeah, I believe it is indicative of the significant growth that the data center market's going to experience globally. I believe strategically for our firm and for BV, it gave Bureau Veritas a entrance into the data center construction industry in North America. Okay. And we anticipate 20% annual growth in front of us for the next 7 to 10 years. So it's probably one of the most enthusiastic markets I've seen in my 40-year career.
Excellent. So with regard to yourselves, you're 3 years here in Ireland. And obviously you started out of the blocks with a number of projects, and now you're servicing Europe effectively from your engineering base here. Would that be fair to say?
I would say yes. Our Dublin experience has been wonderful. Certainly the Host in Ireland experience, the value and benefit that our firm has garnered from the relationship has been significant. We humbly came here with 2 people 3 years ago, and now we have over 20 people working in our Dublin office, and we're using this as the springboard to continue our expansion in conjunction with BV across EMEA, APAC, Australia. So it's going to be an exciting year for growth in 2018.
And of all that growth, obviously comes, there's always challenges of success, and is the challenges of success just consistent talent?
I believe that you probably put your thumb on the most significant issue our industry will face for the next 15 years.
Globally,
I do not believe that there are enough engineers, contractors, architects, teams to meet the demand of the global data center construction that will occur over the next 10 years. And probably one of the most important tasks that we can enter into is ensuring that there will be a qualified workforce both in Ireland, North America, and globally to satisfy this demand. I believe for me, and for the engineering community and others involved, manufacturing involved in this industry, that there is an opportunity of unprecedented growth and expansion globally in our future that we've never seen.
But you and I both spoke in the past about the lack of knowledge of what exactly a data center is at numbers of levels, from policy people and government down to the man in the street. And even this morning, somebody said on the radio, let's not get too caught up with the whole data center thing because it's going to be replaced by the cloud. So when you have that as a pervasive message, it must be hard just to sit down with engineers in colleges with where do you start? People know what an architect is. Do people know what a commissioning engineer is for a data center?
It's a very, very unique industry. And someone made a comment last night that the data center is probably equivalent to the mill of the Industrial Revolution of the late 1800s and early 1900s. It may have been yourself, Garry, and I thought that was a wonderful comparison. It's the industry has always been self-feeding, right, and self-training and supporting. Okay. There's significant effort going on, certainly with our firm, in conjunction with the university systems in the U.S., and you and I have discussed Where do we go? And Sligo, for instance, has a program now for facilities engineering, data center operations. Right? So more of the universities have to become aware of this opportunity and enter those programs into the curriculum. Jeremy Zupp, my business partner, is on an executive board at NC State University, North Carolina State University, for example, where we're providing feedback and input into their mechanical engineering department, trying to develop curriculum opportunities, and then obviously an opportunity to bring young engineers into the workforce and introduce them to the market.
That's a great point. So you're trying to tip at the creation, the retention, and the attraction. The 3 points.
Yeah.
So you mentioned earlier, there's just no corner of the planet that isn't going to be swamped with data. From South Africa to Singapore to Buenos Aires and all the places that you, only 3 years ago when you looked at the horizon, it was EMEA or Europe, which you saw. Even if you hadn't have been acquired, you were getting inquiries for Singapore, etc. So it's now gone global in terms of the big brands, or are you still finding in geographic locations that, for instance, the Facebooks, the Amazons, the Googles are still not as well known in the APAC region as, or has that changed now? Is it just a...
I agree. 3 years ago, my forward-looking horizon was probably EMEA. And the Nordics, because that was where the significant amount of expansion was. Certainly Dublin, Amsterdam, some of the other Nordic countries. No, the multinational enterprise gentlemen are moving and expanding globally at a pace that's unprecedented. And probably the mega scale data center providers, some have capital programs for the next 48 to 60 months that would place possibly as much as $1 billion a quarter in data center, white space.
Wow.
Stunning numbers. And that expansion will continue globally. The demand is unprecedented. It continues. We're just starting to see the threshold of the enterprise of things. And we've talked in the past about the clustering effect around mega data centers and the edge data center programs. And as we view the future, where communications will probably be data center to data center at a 75 to 90% level, and all of these other elements will feed in. So I think that we're just at the crest of the tsunami in terms of the expansion of the data.
So it's good. It's a good business to be on. It's a good business to be in. It's a good business to be around. Terry Gillick, President of Primary Integration, thank you so much for your time.
Gary, it's been a pleasure, and I will always attribute significant amount of our success to our relationship with Host in Ireland.
Thank you.
Here, so thank you so much.
Okay.